Hello, I am Mahana. This is Change Your Funk to Fun. Welcome. We are starting a new series for 12 weeks here. We're going to be talking about very intricate parts within you. The first piece, and actually last week, this is series number 2 here. The last week we talked about self-worth. This week we're going to be talking about forgiveness. So the topic for today is the freedom no one talks about, forgiving yourself. Okay, so we're going to invite you to explore within yourself aspects of yourself where you might not haven't completely forgiven yourself about. And in order to do that, we're going to be helping you navigate. First, how are you doing? What's happening in your life? What's coming up for you? Because all that there is there for you. And let's talk about freedom. Freedom is one of my favorite things to talk about, by the way. Yes, I love freedom. And if you've ever heard of the Gene Keys with Richard Rudd, that's a great thing to explore. You can get a free profile for that, Gene Keys. For myself, my life work, my top Gene Key for that one is that I help transform my shadow side, which is corruption, that I've been corrupted with limiting beliefs and wonky ways, and especially the blocking of me being able to completely forgive myself for things about myself or even in my life. And then the gift comes in is being able to transmute that corruption, philosophy or experience or yuckiness, and receive the gift. And so the gift within me is equilibrium, bringing back the balance, the unity of our masculine, feminine, the unity of our humanness with our divinity, and letting those four all come together in a beautiful centeredness that then catapults into harmony. So I love to bring harmony into this world, and I will be doing a whole lifetime with my own self within my own inner world around harmony. So harmony is going to be another big piece that we'll be talking about here, in order for you and for me and for each one of us to be able to completely forgive our own selves, okay, in our lives. And then the gift will be freedom. You are going to be receiving a gift today of freedom. Yes, yes, yes. And then the highest level of harmony within yourself, which is actually so precious. So what a gift. And with freedom, it is important for us to recognize bits about ourselves. And we'll be talking about awareness, because awareness is going to help greatly for ourselves. But it's the gift here too is to become really real. It's actually another Gene Key of mine too. Limitation is the shadow side, and then realness, I love to be real, and then justice, bringing in the justice, the truth. So I offer that for you too. That let's be real. And are you able to be curious? Are you able to ask some interesting questions about yourself? And we're going to be inviting you to open up your heart. The heart's going to be the huge focus today, okay? And open up your mind, because your mind is meant to be a co-captain to your heart, and let the two work together. So we're going to be inviting you, opening your heart, opening your mind, so that you can become free in all aspects within yourself. And what a gift that is. I love freedom. I'm an American, yay, born in America here, which, our ancestry, did leave a lot of oppression to come to be free, right? And I actually am part of the Cherokee Nation of Indians. I became an enrolled member with them, so I love the indigenous culture philosophies, because actually they were already free before the white man came over, or the Europeans came over. And yes, that was a bit of interesting experiences there, and that we'll be talking about, because that's forgiveness of others. So there's two parts: forgiveness of others and forgiveness for ourselves. And the forgiveness of ourselves is the sweet, sweet, sweet spot within you. And in order to be able to do that, yes, we're going to be helping you with forgiving others for any hurts or harms that you've had. Yes. So are you ready for this? Are you ready for this little journey within yourself, that you get to free yourself? And we'll give the symbol that you get to be, I love hawks. You get to be like a hawk, flying high and wide. Or you can be a phoenix coming out of the ashes. And I even love eagles and condors. Any kind of flying, I love, because it's such a sense of freedom. And even just giving yourself time when you're outside, noticing the birds flying. And if you can see any hawks or any other bigger flying birds with that level, let yourself know that they're just offering for you at the highest level of oneness. We all are aspects of each other, so that they get to offer for you gateway for your own self, within your own self, to be free. Okay, yay! So in order for us to be able to really land in and forgive ourselves for every part within our own selves, let's talk about what might be blocking you or one of us, any of us, from forgiving, okay? Because I would just guess, I know from my own self and my own life, and I would guess for you too, that we all have had some tragedies, some trauma, some really harsh experiences, especially in our childhood or maybe even throughout our lives, right? That you may have had. Ooh, so with that, with any traumas that you may have had, and a big piece is going to be actually connecting in with your relationship between your mother and father, or your caregiver, whoever took care of you and raised you, because that's what we receive our first 7 years of life, is their imprints. And we receive all of their beliefs, your collective ancestral beliefs within our DNA. And believe it or not, we actually signed up for it and we chose it like as a challenge. Yes, I'll be in this family and living in this part of the world and with this religion and this culture and this dynamics, okay? So if you can just imagine that you actually chose that, yes, and you can rectify it. So this is the healing journey that we get to do for freedom. Yes, if you would love to feel free, be free, and live freely. Yes, and you get to do that. Especially in this lifetime. This lifetime is actually such a miracle for us, because there have been many other lifetimes that, right, a lot of our ancestry or in your other lifetimes, if you believe in past lifetimes or other parallel lifetimes, that we have experienced a lot of oppression or slavery or resistance or just limitations, corruptions, chaos, and even distractions of things. Those are all just shadow sides that we get to rectify and find the gift of, so that we can become free. Yes. So I hope you're excited about living more freely and feeling more free, even just allowing yourself to have the freedom to feel, the freedom to be yourself. You get to be you in your own unique way. And then you want to ask yourself, how well are you allowing yourself to do that? If you can give yourself a grade from 0 to 10, 0 means you're not doing it at all, you're just doing what everyone else says, and you're like, whoop, actually blinded and acting like, whether it's just fear overlay or just those controlled programs that we received, that you just follow along whatever people tell you to do, okay? And a lot of people went through that in 2020 with all of that interesting experience, and it was meant to wake us up. So whoever did, woohoo. If you did, and if you didn't, you can still wake up now. Yes, you can, because you can start asking questions. How did that feel? How does that feel when you are doing things that you're just pleasing others, or you're just satisfying what everyone else wants you to do, instead of allowing yourself to have that freedom of, you get to be and do what you would like to do. You get to be and live the way you would love to live. Let yourself dream, let yourself be able to, activate actually spiritual gifts that you have within you. We actually have spiritual gifts within ourselves. We'll talk hopefully more about that by the end of the show. But for now, yes, we are human here. We did agree to be human, and you actually are divinity here. Yes, you are. Believe it or not, you are a divine one. You're an aspect of the I am presence. You're an I am incarnate here as your own unique self, and you are meant to be you. So you get to be a little bit of a renegade, a little bit of a risk taker, a little bit of questioning things, asking questions, especially if you would love to be free, okay? And the secret is, because this is the part that no one talks about, is that where everything is meant to land in is in your heart. Yes. So we're going to be inviting you to come into your heart and get to know your heart. Get to feel yourself in your body with your heart center. Your heart center is your connection with all, with divinity, with even Mother Gaia, with each other, with your, and that's at the landing spot we're going to do near the end of this talk, is talking about your own relationship with yourself, so that you can clear out any blocks that you have, or disconnections, or alienation, exiling aspects that you may have done to yourself. I know I certainly did, because it was a survival mechanism. It is a survival mechanism. So if you are blocking off parts of your heart, we had to close off your heart, and you're in your head a lot, you're thinking all the time, and you're just, that's just going. Okay, the gift is you can change that. You can actually shift that. And that's what we're going to invite you to do here. Sound good? Yes. All right, cool. Woohoo. Okay. So, let's get real. And the things that may be blocking you from actually forgiving. And it is actually easier to allow yourself to be able to forgive others. And then we're gonna help you with swinging within yourself deeply to be able to forgive yourself. Okay. So if you've had any kind of harm done to you, or hurting, or challenging things, you get to actually transform that. Okay. And that is huge, because a big piece here is that what we're going to invite you to help yourself activate within yourself and remember again is that you actually have the power to do this, because you get free will choice. You can choose to let go and to forgive. And those are two actually crucial pieces for us, because when you forgive, you are for giving, which means you are for opening up your heart. Yes, for giving instead of for closing or for blocking. And that's just only because we have been programmed to survive. And then when fear energy, that dense energy, shows up, we will automatically, from the subconscious level, shut off our hearts, close our hearts, get up in our minds, and thinking that we have to think it through, or we have to solve it in our heads or in our minds. And this is the third dimensional construct up here in your head and your mind. We're going to invite you to the fifth dimensional way of living into your heart. Okay. And by living in your heart, you will be able to be more free. Yes. And then actually connecting with your love, with your intuition, with your connection with the field of all knowingness. And you get to do that. We get to do that here. We're meant to elevate. We're meant to vibrate in a higher way, raising our level of consciousness, becoming more aware, becoming more awakened actually to your true essence of who you are. And that's what the gift is. And that's what this gift of this talk is for, is to help you with that. And what a gateway that you get to do is with working with your heart. And the best way you can work with your heart is with the amazing gateway of forgiveness. Because you actually, by forgiveness, you are literally opening up your heart. And by opening up your heart, you get connection. You get abilities to have more connections within your own self and with divinity, with the field of all knowingness. And what a gift that is for you. What a gift that is for you. So if it is blocked, if there's blocks here, that it's because with this third dimensional construct, we agreed to live in the third dimension, which is a bit of the illusion of separation, having the veil, thinking we are just our own separate selves. And because if we've been hurt or traumatized in any kind of way as a child or growing up, we have all of these programs to help protect ourselves, which will be the closing off of our hearts. Okay. And with that, then we come up in our minds and our heads these constructs, and it's the polarity construct, and there is a universal law of polarity. So with that would be that we come up and we make these filters, we make these conclusions that, hey, this is right, this is wrong, this is good, this is bad. And these are protective ways that we have created here as a human. So the gift comes in is we're going to be inviting you to help yourself look at those things that you might have said, this is right, this is wrong, and then closing off your heart. Are you willing to open your heart again to your own self, your own love? That's what this is about. And then with that, in time, you can actually obviously open your heart to other people, other experiences. It also is good to have good boundaries, and meaning you only bring in your own love. You only bring in love energy for your body and for you to work with. And then any like denser or yucky stuff, you get to say no. Goes back to whoever is trying to put that into you. Say, no, that's for you. You get to keep that, and then you get to have your own love within your own self. So if you close off your heart and you're having a hard time forgiving, let's say others, and then eventually we're going to be helping you with forgive yourself, is because we end up with an energy of victim energy, which is a blame, like blaming ourselves and blaming others for things that have happened. And the blaming energy just means that we haven't awakened to who we really are and taken that self-responsibility to be able to open our hearts again and to live from our hearts, which means you're going to let yourself feel. You're going to let yourself be intuitive and connect with the knowingness that you have. You have a wisdom within you, and you're meant to be using that wisdom all the time. That's for sure. And we want to help you with that. So the gateway of forgiveness is the one that helps you do that. Work at the subconscious level is one of the biggest pieces to do for yourself. And with doing that, we'll be offering two powerful tools that can help you with that, because it's great to have some tools that can help you work at the subconscious level. And we're going to invite you to forgive yourself. This is so huge. It's so huge. So a big question you want to ask yourself is, do you want this freedom? Would you love to feel better? Would you love to have your life flowing with synchronicity and flow? Would you love to be feeling more joy, more peace, more harmony in your life? Would you like to feel good and know that you're loved, that you're safe, that you can live abundantly? I believe these are all pieces that all of us want to believe, right? We want to have good families or good connections. We want to have a good success in our lives. We want to be able to share our gifts in our world, right? All of these are beautiful, and we can do this. We really can live in this way. And we did agree to come into this world, especially majority of us in the 20th century, where there were a lot of limiting beliefs, pretty much corrupted beliefs, or very limiting beliefs that we embodied from our parents and from society. And we are meant to change it. Yes, we are. You are meant to change it, and I'm meant to change it. And the gift is we're meant to change it within our own selves. So this lifetime is a catapulting lifetime. This lifetime is with the ascension that we get to reconnect back with our divinity again here. We get to actually awaken and discover and remember who we are. And it really is this hero journey of when things might have been hard or difficult or challenging for you, that you, with the gateway of forgiveness, you get to open your heart again. So this is the gift you're going to do for yourself. Because many times the reason why you're not able to open up your heart is because there's overlays of shame, guilt, fear, worry, things like that. And that's the part that we're going to help assist you with. Believe me, I have had many of those, and with the gift of finding tools and finding ways that you can help yourself transmute and transform any of those denser contractions energies. Because shame is just a belief that we think there's something wrong with us. And then with guilt, there's we think we did something wrong. So then we believe we're going to be punished. So that's where the doorway closes, where we don't think we can even forgive ourselves, let alone other people, but especially our own selves. And that's where the blame in ourselves. I did something wrong, or there's something wrong with me. And then we hold ourselves literally, in captive. And the gift is you get to free yourself. You get to free yourself from that. And it all comes in and it's a decision. So what we recommend for you to do is, one, notice it. Notice if you're feeling parts where you're blaming yourself or you're blaming others, or you're complaining and blaming, or you think it's not fair, it's not right, there's something wrong, it's unfair. I know I was a fighter. I was taught to be a fighter. And I'm grateful that I had that experience. And the gift is I've been able to work with myself to forgive myself and forgive others and all. And it's one of the most important pieces that I love to do for myself, because I love to be heart-centered. Because I was stuck up in my mind, in my head, with the survival and getting things done. I'm feeling like, what's going on in this world. A lot of times we don't feel safe, we don't feel loved, we don't feel wanted. And the gift is you can change those. Those are just programs at the subconscious level of the mind. And that, what a gift that is. So I know 15 years ago, I learned this beautiful tool called Psyche. It's a spiritual tool that you get to use for yourself. So at the end of the talk, we'll be talking about, you can come to a workshop to learn it. You can have a private session with me to just begin to make these changes within yourself. Because the gift is, I don't know about you, but I know for me, I'm done with that old way of living. I'm done with thinking that I'm going to blame myself or blame others, or think something's wrong with me, or think that I've done something wrong. How about, instead of that, we just did the best we could. We did what we had to do to survive. And that's what anybody's ever doing. And what a gift when we can shift back and connect back to our peace within ourselves, our love within ourselves, our true essence within ourselves. And the only way to do that is by going through your heart and connecting with your heart. And that's everything. Going from here to here. And yes, you can do this. And it's okay to have thoughts. It's okay to be thinking of things, and we can create with using our minds. The key comes in, though, is can you connect in your body, in your heart, into the love of who you are? And are you able to actually slow down enough to allow yourself have that special silence within yourself, that oneness connection of your love within yourself? And the way you do that is through the gateway of forgiveness. You are forgiving. You are opening your heart again. So you can begin the first step of noticing when you are thinking negative thoughts, or having negative feelings, or feelings about blame, or thinking something isn't right, or getting that frustration, anger, tense or even guilt, shame, any of those energies, overwhelmingness of emotions. A lot of us are feeling a lot of things right now, and it's actually a gift, because your emotions can be your gateway, it can be a signal for you. Let it be a signal for you. Whew. And then once you do notice it, then we're going to ask you to, are you willing to release it and let it go? You can literally transmute it out of your body. And I am creating new material called Find Your Sacred Way. It's going to be launching on June 11th. It's an online course that you will learn mechanisms for how you can literally let go, release, and then insert in, replace, reconnect back in with your true essence of who you are. That true love, that true open-hearted love beingness that you get to be. And what a gift that is. I've been working with Council of Light and Archangel Raphael, and they've been amazing connecting with me and me connecting with them, and we can do this. With the gift of Psyche, I was able to open up my spiritual gifts and be able to be a spiritual guide, a spiritual counselor, spiritual connector. And yes, and it's so amazing. Oh, the stories that I know like that, because I have been able to forgive myself, let go of that blame, that victim energy, thinking something's wrong, thinking something isn't right. And I've had traumas in my life, like many of you, with sexual traumas. My dad drank very heavily, so I didn't have that close relationship with my father, so I felt abandoned, rejected, or thought there was something wrong with me, right? Or that I did something wrong. I was spanked as a little girl. You might have been spanked too. So then what that imprinted within me is that I must have done something wrong. So then I really punished myself and closed off my heart. And then that was, the opposite of forgiving, having your heart open. So at any moment you can switch it. At any moment you can forgive. So the gateway of forgiveness with others is by connecting into your heart, breathing, connecting, finding those spots where you felt hurt and harmed, where you actually need that nurturing. You want that back to that reconnection of your love within yourself. And you can do this. You can develop ways within yourself, mechanisms and ways. We call it your sacred way. Develop your sacred way that helps you reconnect back to that centeredness, back to that love. Ooh, and what a gift when you release all that old, all that, maybe it's the shame, the guilt, the worry, the fear, the anger, even pride. Let that go. Release that control. And allow yourself to open up, to surrender, to allow, to be, to have the heart connected with your own self, of your own love, and then that with others that you interact with. Yes. And if there's times that things come up, right, where someone's maybe not treating you very well, harsh things are happening, allow yourself to know that this is just for you to help yourself anchor in even more deeply in your heart, into your knowingness, into how you can be. Yes, I know. I recently just went through a breakup. I was with a wonderful man actually for about 3 months, but then all of a sudden, whoop, he broke up. Went off, and there's what's called these different attachment styles. So it's more of avoidant attachment where he had to pull away. What that offered for me is a way for me to become more secure within myself, to be even more secure of my own love and my own wholeness. And yes, I let myself feel that I felt abandoned, I felt rejected, I felt insecure. And those parts, I was able to go in and check in with my heart. What parts haven't I forgiven myself about within me? I thought I did something wrong, even something wrong in that relationship, which I didn't actually. No, not that I know of. Just it wasn't the dynamics, or maybe we're not the right fit for each other. There's interesting dynamics with relationships, that's for sure. The gift is you can ask yourself positive questions. What is this here for me for? And that's what that did for me. And it allowed me that another level of a gateway. I do forgive myself. Meaning I choose to open my heart again to my own self. Let all that love come into my heart, my whole beingness, and then I can radiate it out to others, and as much as I would love to. And I can also hold myself with boundaries, because boundaries are important too. And I had to close my heart off to that gentleman with him pulling away, because all right, you don't get my love, then I get to have my love, and I get to share it with who wants to stay connected and do that. And this is the dynamics that we're learning here. So always checking in with yourself. Is your heart open to your own self, your own love to your own self, and your connection to your wisdom and your knowingness? Or are you feeling like fearful? Are you feeling shameful, or feeling guilty, or worrying? Those are human experiences that we do go through, and you can shift them. You literally can shift them. Yes, you can. And we help with that, especially with Psyche and with finding your sacred way. And then you get to learn to have your own dynamics within your own self to be able to use it for yourself. And that's the biggest gift. Ooh, so we invite you and welcome you through the gateway of forgiving, which means you are for opening your heart again. You are for connecting to your body, to your heart, to your wisdom, your intuition, your connection with divinity. And invite yourself to let your mind and let your head take a back seat and then become a co-captain to your heart, okay? And how you do this is by paying attention to your thoughts, your feelings, and letting them be a gateway, and receiving a beautiful tools that can help assist you at the subconscious level of the mind, because most of us are just operating at the conscious level of the mind, because we're conscious and we're awake and we don't even realize all the things at the subconscious level. We're 95 to 99% of everything that's running in our lives, our actions, our behaviors, our attitudes, our values, is operating from everything that's written in the subconscious level, that's below the level of your consciousness, that then just it surfaces, it comes up with us. So you can check in with that within yourself. What a gift you can, because you can. And your world is going to show you everything that's happening in your world, or things that are coming up, is for you to be able to work with. And the hard part is with this, though, is that many of us have been stuck or blocked because we have come to a conclusion that, no, this is wrong, or this is unfair, or we've put blocks over our hearts and then been operating from our heads. So this is a gentle reminder to notice that if you're doing that. And would you like to be free? Would you like to feel better? Would you like to have your life come into more synchronicity and flow? And if your answer is yes, then you get to work with your heart and let yourself have a tool like Psyche, or find your sacred way. And we'll be talking more about how you can find information about that. Psyche's been around here for over 35 years. Rob Williams was the originator of Psyche, and he helped receive this as a spiritual downloads for us during these massive times, because we need to work directly, fast, and effectively for ourselves, with ourselves, being able to change anything where we're blaming, anything where we have closed off our hearts, anything where we don't feel safe or loved or wanted, anything where we feel guilty or shameful about, or worried or fearful about. All of those are here to actually reconnect back to our hearts again. They're actually there for us to actually expand even higher, remembering who we are, healing those parts within us, opening up new aspects within us, reuniting, integrating, rejoining, unifying parts within us. And you can do this. You get to do this one breath at a time, one moment at a time, one event or issue at a time. So what I do for myself, and I help with the clients that I work with, is let them work with the biggest issue that's going on. So I have a client, Ruby, who's been going through a tremendous health condition. She's had cancer 3 times. Her body is going through a massive detoxing system with her bowels and her stomach, vomiting, diarrhea, lots of pain in her body. And the gift is with her is that her body is cleaning it all out. So for her, that release, she's doing massive mother load with releasing, cleansing, clearing. We don't have to go to that extreme, and it's really great if you can catch it all early before your body has to actually do all this stuff for you too. You can actually just do it with the emotional level and the mental level, and then let's change these, let's shift back into our hearts again. Let's open our hearts and do it with the gift of forgiving, letting go and forgiving, and then inserting in your new way. That's the 3 steps. Admit it, let go of it, release it, clear it, transmute it, alchemize it back to your peace, back to your love again. Opening your heart, reconnect back to your love within you. And then ask yourself positive questions like, hey, how would I like to be in my new way? How would I love to feel? How would I love to have it in my relationships, with my finances, with my purpose, with sharing my gifts? Any of these pieces. That majority of, and right, helping with, if you're raising a family, if you're helping to launch a massive, career launch for yourself, if you just love to have a loving relationship and have those in your lives, find out what it is. And if there's blocks or resistance, it might be because you might have closed off your heart and you're up in your head. And the gift is, the moment you catch it, you can get back into your heart, and help yourself access it. Do you have a sacred wound within yourself? Majority of us have signed up for that, and we don't even know we did. Okay, so just Just imagine you might have done that. I know I sure did. My sacred wound within myself was that I felt there was something wrong with me, or that I did something wrong. It's that not good enough syndrome that I had. And I even had a perfectionist syndrome. So I had it so high that I could never even actually reach it. So there's all that pressure of always achieving, proving my worth, proving a way to be loved. And it gets you exhausted, and it helps, and it affects things greatly. So with the gift of finding beautiful tools like Psyche and find your sacred way within you, I was able to transform a lot of the stuff, and I'm so grateful. And that's why I love to help other people too, because I used to live in a lot of fear, and even in victim energy, or blaming, or blaming myself. Especially I blamed myself a lot. So what a gift, opening up our hearts to forgive, be more in our peace, more in our love, and having our life flow in a more flowing, loving, and abundant way. So I'm going to invite you into a little journey in here, if you're able to, with listening to this talk. And if not, you can come back and listen to it later. So we want to have you actually put things to the side. You actually get to do this for yourself. So we're going to invite you to close your eyes. Take 3 cleansing breaths, a nice deep breath in your nose, holding it at the top for about 4 to 6 seconds. And then release out your mouth. Another second breath in, holding at the top, and releasing out your mouth. Third breath in, holding gently, and releasing fully. Okay. So we invite you, just imagine there's a doorway. You actually get to open up the doorway of your heart. It's a green doorway. Go ahead, open that up. And imagine you can step right into your heart center. Beautiful heart center you have right here in your chest. Your ribs protect it beautifully. It's actually an energetic. Let yourself connect in, and just imagine that you are pure love and light. Let yourself connect into that. Help yourself, remind yourself that you actually are this, that chose to be a human here. Let yourself have a nice little cushion you can sit down on. And then in this area, you get to even just imagine that there's infinite timelines. You've had past experiences you have gone through, and there's actually future experiences that you are here, that you get to magnetize towards you, of what your heart's desires are, what you would love to be experiencing, what you'd love to master in this life. Yes, and just imagine that you might have agreed to close off parts of your heart where you were not able to forgive yourself for. And we'll put to the side anyone you forgiving others or things you've had done to yourself. Let's go deep. Let's go really deep to your own self. So what we invite you to do is allow yourself to bring up aspects of you in this lifetime, and it may be connected to other lifetimes, but we're going to just work with this lifetime. The parts of you when you were little, a little girl or a little boy, where you didn't feel good enough, where you felt like something was wrong, you didn't feel loved, and invite that part to come and sit right on your lap, that aspect of you, that little child. Yes, you get to do that. And even the one that's most scared, the one that's hiding the most, or the one that doesn't think it is included or wanted, maybe it was bullied or hurt, invite even that part, because you can. With the gift of imagination, the gift of your creativity, you can. So I'll invite that part to come right there on your lap. And even the part of you that feels like it has the most sacred wound, the one that actually got hurt the most, the part of you that got hurt the most, that part of you that felt like it had to close off your heart, that it wasn't safe to have your heart open. Even that part of you, bring that part up towards you. Let that part of you know that you are an adult now. You are willing to have the courage, and you do want to be free. You want to free yourself from the sacred wound, to actually heal that wound so it can become just sacred. It no longer can be a wound. It gets to be sacred. And you get to actually find your sacred way, which we will be doing, especially if you come to an online course that we offer. So just for this time here, we're just going to have you give yourself a hug. Give that part of you, all those aspects that have been hurt and harmed. Hold that part of you. Love that part of you, because you can. You can caress that part of you. Breathe. Welcome those parts within you. And decide within yourself and say, yes, you know what? I choose freedom. I choose to open my heart. I choose to forgive. I forgive anyone else that has harmed me or hurt me in any way. They didn't know what they were doing. I choose to connect back to my love again, my heart again. And it's going to be a daily practice. It's going to be aspects that I will need to work with within myself to heal all parts of me The gift is the fact that you're willing to do it is everything. They have the courage and the willingness to do this. And you can begin to do this. And even just saying, I choose to open my heart again. I choose to forgive. And I choose to release all those parts that were blocking myself from opening my heart. And those I fully release and let go. Imagine yourself just filling up with so much love, golden light, love. And trust and know you have all the supports. There's a whole spirit team that wants to work with you. You have some closest friends and family or a partner that you can lean on. Majority of the stuff we recommend is 80% of the work you do for yourself. Do within yourself. Allow yourself this time to do for yourself. And then, yes, 10% can be for your partner, 10% can be from your loved ones, other loved ones, because it's always good to help and get other supports. And then even like a facilitator, like other supports that you can have. And then allow yourself to open up, to be willing to learn and grow and access tools that can greatly help you. Because you are important here. You're needed. You're necessary. And we're grateful that you are here. And this is a perfect time to catapult yourself into the true love of you, who you are. And it is through the gateway of your heart where you get to do this the most. Allow yourself to feel the peace, the connection, the centeredness of who you are. And then we invite you back into this room again. These are practices that you can do for yourself. And then in time, there will be things that you'll be important to learn how to do so that you can, in your daily life, in the time that you're dealing with let's say, interesting people, stressful people, challenging issues, you can always connect back into your centeredness again, into your heart. You can breathe, you can pause. You can even ask for, hey, just give me a minute. For me, I love to close my eyes. And just breathe, connect to that part of you that is pure love, because you are pure love. And the more we do this on a daily basis, the more these changes are going to be happening for the whole collective of the whole world. And then that's going to lift off to the whole universe. And we are here to do this. And we have signed up to do this exactly at this time. So we welcome you to this, and we invite you for these next 3 months. Allow yourself this commitment with yourself. Say, hey, I choose to connect to my heart daily and eventually in every moment. And when I'm catching myself up here in the head, I can pause. I can say, oh, okay, how about does my heart feel about this? And am I okay to open my heart for giving? I am for giving because I choose to have an open heart to myself, to my own love, so I can connect with my own knowingness, my connection with divinity, with the field of all knowingness that greatly support me at this time. You get to do this. You get to do this. And whenever you are feeling overwhelmed, feeling any guilt or shame, worry, fear, neediness, frustration, anger, even just prideful thinking you're the only one stuff, all of that is just contracted energies, a distortion of your pure love. And it's our way of experiencing this earth plane in the 3rd dimension. And the gift is up here in the 3rd dimension, get to go to the 5th dimension, into your heart. Which is that unity consciousness. Let yourself reconnect again. Use your breath. You can close your eyes, connect into your heart. And even just speak it in. Just say, I choose to forgive. I choose to open my heart to my love, to my knowingness, to my truth. And I let myself be me. I let myself to do the things that I choose to want to do that brings me joy, and that I get to share this joy with others abundantly. All the extra gets to go to everyone else, and I get to make sure I'm full and full with that. You get to do this when you're able to have every aspect of yourself that you have forgiven yourself with, and regardless of what you've ever done, you can forgive yourself by releasing that shame and guilt and fear and inserting up and connecting up into your love again, because we all get to. And you can be even more impactful here in a very high, powerful way. Even if you've done some really cruddy or harsh things, you can forgive yourself for that and begin in a new way, and then pay it forward. Allow yourself to have that kindness, that compassion, that forgiving for others, because they're just doing the best that they can too. And what a gift you'll be for this planet, for yourself. What synchronicities and flows are going to happen with you. Yes, you get to do this. You get to do this. And a super support system for you is by learning how to do this for yourself. So Psyche and Find Your Sacred Way, those are the two powerful ones that I know I use, and I'm going to offer this for you. So you can go to my website, mahanasacredway.com, learn more about it. And yes, A Taste of Psyche is under services. Get the link of A Taste of Psyche, 30 minutes. I'm giving a 90% savings on, where you can begin making these changes at the subconscious level of the mind, so you can forgive, so you can open your heart, you can heal those parts, those sacred wound parts within you. Yes, and I will be offering workshops. I'm one of 30 certified Psyche instructors across the world, and I live here in America, in the Michigan area, but I do go all over the country. So if you're interested, I'll be in Tennessee, June 6th to the 8th, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. So if you would love to come learn this, we got spots for you. We have a spot for you. Get it before it all closes up. And then in July, end of July, I'll be in Louisville, Kentucky. In August, I'll be in Michigan. So you can come back to Ann Arbor, Michigan. In September, I'll be Chicago, Illinois. And then I do offer online courses. So if you aren't able to travel, but you want to still learn this tool and have it be an activating power gateway for you to become more heart-centered and to allow yourself to feel more of your love. In June and August, I'll be teaching online courses. And then yes, I am launching the Find Your Sacred Way, June 11th. It'll be a Wednesday evening. We'll do 6:30 to 8 p.m. Eastern time, an hour and a half. It'll be a 9-week series, and you will be opening up gateways within you, activating centers within you, and utilizing a beautiful gifting tool from our spirit team for you, ways that you can become more heart-centered, so that forgiveness becomes a more natural way of you being, because you are for having your heart open and keep it open for you. So you get to be all of the love and all of your oneness of your true essence here at the highest level that you would love to be. And what a gift that is. So thank you for that. Thank you for being you. Thank you for having the courage and the willingness to say yes, to make the changes. And that's what I'm here to help assist those that are willing to take that self-responsibility for their own selves. And you can become a change agent for your own self and for this world. Because if you want things changing in the world, or you're not happy about stuff happening in the outside world, go within yourself. And that what a mighty, tremendous gift you'll do for yourself. And then your own light and your love is going to be helping to ripple effect across the whole world. And what a gift that is. What a gift that is. Yes, it is. Okay, this has been a wonderful time connecting with you. Allow yourself to be heart-centered, and let's go have fun. Let's go enjoy our lives. Let yourself feel at the highest level all the true wonderness that you are. You have a great day. Aho.